If you can hear me, I don't know. I set the camera up, but I've been having some issues with my camera holder in the car. I'm going to teach you how to drive a stick shift. Lesson 17, I believe. And give me 1 second. Let me pause this for a moment. All right. Just had to do something real quick. The vehicle's already started. And I've covered this before. I'll go ahead and stop the vehicle just so I can tell everyone. In a standard stick shift vehicle, doesn't matter if it's, or any manual vehicle for that matter, doesn't matter if it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, in order to start it, whether it's in gear, this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. This is a 5-speed, so it's only got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reverse. If you want to be kind of picky, you can say reverse is a speed too, but it's reverse. So, but any manual vehicle, doesn't matter how many speeds it has, any manual vehicle, in order to start it, whether it's in gear or not, you have to push the clutch pedal in to start it. Because if you don't push the clutch pedal in, it will not start. However, if you have it in gear and you go to start it and you don't take it out of gear like that and put it in neutral, that's what happens. So now, okay, just to prove my point, I only had the parking brake on because it doesn't really, when I did that, because I was just proving a point. But if you believe that if it's in gear, if it's in gear and the parking brake is down, well, let's just say if it's in neutral and you pull the clutch pedal out, it doesn't turn off. But if it's in gear and and the parking brake is down, but you don't give it any gas, and you just let off the clutch pedal, that happens as well. Put it in gear. I'm taking off from a parking spot. I'm going to back up a little bit because I've gotten a little bit closer to the car in front of me. I had enough room, but I was just playing it safe. Turn signal on. Now, give it a tiny bit of gas. Slowly let off the clutch pedal. Don't just... And off we go. Shift into second. But I'm at a stop sign now. Second. Third. And I've covered this in my videos previously on how to drive a stick shift. This particular vehicle, it's a 4-cylinder, 2.3-liter engine. It's an 07 Mazda 6, which means that it can do 0 to 10 miles an hour in first gear, 10 to 20 in second, 20 to 30 in third, 30 to 40 in fourth. Anything above 40 miles an hour is fifth gear. I may have to turn around because there's a truck in the road that is doing something. Well, I was going to go to a certain location. It's just going to take me longer at this point. Reverse, because I got to back out. Anything above 40 miles an hour in fifth gear. And it varies because this is a 2.3-liter engine. I've said this before. I had a 1999 Honda Accord that was a 4-cylinder, 5-speed. It was a 2.3-liter engine. So it was identical to how to drive this vehicle. But I also had a 02 Honda Civic that was a 1.9-liter engine. So the different speeds and the different gears, it was different. Not by much, but it was different. It was, by the time I got up to 40 miles an hour, I was already in 5th gear in that. Last year, I believe, I test drove some type of 2020 or 2021 or something like that Dodge Challenger. I believe that was a V8. It may have been a Hemi. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that was a 5-speed. It may have been 6. I can't recall, but its speeds and different gears were a lot different because it was twice the size of any stick shift vehicle I ever owned. I only test drove it though. Anytime I shift, I have to push the clutch pedal in. When you get ready to start driving a stick, I've said this before, when you get ready to drive a stick, when you're just learning, practice in a parking lot. What you want to practice doing is getting used to pushing the clutch pedal in and using the shifter like I was doing when I first started this video. And also, you want to get used to taking off and shifting in the parking lot. Now, you might be thinking, how am I supposed to get used to shifting in a parking lot? You can get used to shifting from first to second. That's how I did it. I was in a parking lot. I practiced taking off. I practiced, and I killed it 3 times before I finally took off. And then I practiced shifting. And shifting was the easiest thing to learn. All I did was push the clutch pedal in. I found the bite point. You want to find the bite point on the clutch pedal. That's at which point, because right now the clutch pedal's not in. This shifter will not shift. But when I push the clutch pedal in, neutral. When I try to go in gear, clutch pedal's not in, so I'm not able to go in gear. Clutch pedal in to go into gear and to shift gears. And also to put the vehicle in neutral. Anytime you want to move this from first to second, second to third, third to fourth, whatever, or some people do first to third, or I won't do that. I've done that for videos, but I won't do that in real life. Anytime you want to go, from anytime you want to shift, anytime you want to move this, when it's not in neutral, you have to push the clutch pedal in. I know I've seen videos where people say, oh no, as long as you're doing the right speed, you know how to just do it right and just the right time, you ain't got to use the clutch pedal. Yes, I've seen videos where people don't use the clutch pedal and they're still able to shift. I won't do that. If you don't do it just right, it's very difficult on the transmission, and when in any manual transmission, it's a lot more to fix than an automatic. Something else I've done in previous videos is skipping gears to show people how it's done. I don't like to do that particularly often. I have done it for videos. I don't think I've done this in any of my long videos on how to drive a stick. I think I've done this in a YouTube short once. I took off from a hill. There's multiple different ways of taking off from a hill. You can either use your parking brake to keep yourself in place. Simultaneously, when you push the clutch pedal in, you simultaneously pull the clutch pedal out, give it a little bit of gas, and push the parking brake down to take off from the hill. Or when you get good enough, you can you time it just right where you pull the clutch pedal in, let the clutch pedal out, and push the gas in simultaneously to take off. I don't think I'm going to be doing that, taking off from a hill in this video, because I don't think I'm going to. There's only a few big hills in the town that I live in, and I'm not going to encounter any of them on the particular direction I'm driving or the location I'm driving to. I know I've covered this as well. There's multiple different ways of slowing down and or stopping. The most common way is what I've been doing is push the clutch pedal in. Right now I'm in third gear, put it in neutral, let the clutch pedal out, and push the brake in, and I stopped. Second way, and slightly more advanced, is to keep the vehicle in gear while push the clutch. There's two different ways of doing this particular way. There's either you can leave it in gear, put your clutch pedal in, and then slowly hit the brake, or you simultaneously push the clutch pedal and the brake in. And the third and most advanced, in my opinion, is to downshift. That's where, I say it's most advanced because you're downshifting. For me, it's not difficult. For someone who's just starting out, and I remember when I first started out learning how to drive a stick, I was not comfortable downshifting, so I didn't do it. I can't remember if it took me several days or a couple weeks to finally try downshifting, but I didn't do it the first time I was learning how to drive a stick. And when I say, I've said this before as well, you can skip gears in a stick shift. You can skip gears in any manual vehicle with a few exceptions, like the old 300 Tree, but you got to know how to do it. Basically, what you do is, I've done it before. The only two ways I skip gears is I go from first to second to fourth to fifth, or first to second to third to fifth. Basically, I'll be in second gear and speed up from, when I get up to 20 miles an hour, shift into second gear, and then I speed up to 30 miles an hour, or I'm sorry, 30 to 35 miles an hour, and then I immediately shift into fourth gear. And also, the second way is first to third, second to third to fifth, and that's I'll be in third gear, go from 30 to about 40 or 45, and then I'll shift into fifth gear. Don't do that very often, but I do it. Somebody told me once you can go from first to third to fifth. I have done that once for a YouTube video. I don't like to do that. I don't do that. And people have also told me that they don't prefer to even use first gear because you have to shift so quickly into second gear. But here's my take on it. However many speeds you have in your manual vehicle, you have that many speeds for a reason. Use them. I don't take off from second gear. I have for a video. I don't do it outside of that. I've also, just to see if I could do it, I've taken off from second gear and then completely skipped third gear. So I skipped 2 gears on the way to fourth. I only did that once. Well, maybe 2 or 3 times. I know I've done at least twice. Once to see if I can do it, and once for a video. But then, again, like I said, this is a 5-speed. I have 5 speeds for a reason. If you have a 6-speed, you have that many speeds for a reason. One of the reasons I enjoy driving a stick shift is because in the wintertime, or it doesn't even have to be wintertime. If there's snow on the ground or ice on the ground on the road, I enjoy downshifting primarily because when you downshift in a stick shift, the vehicle slows down by itself, as opposed to hitting the brakes, which can make your vehicle go cattywampus if you don't do it just right. That's another reason why, ever since I learned how to drive a stick shift, around June of 2016. It's November of 2023, and I'm still driving a stick shift. Now, I have had multiple different stick shift vehicles since then. Like I said, I had a 99 Accord, I had an 02 Civic, and this is an 07 Mazda 6. Every vehicle I've had, every standard stick shift that I've owned myself has been a 5-speed. not gonna be talking as much for a few minutes. I'll be talking a little, but not as much as I have been in this video, because right now I'm on a road behind a big truck, and it's gonna take me a few minutes to get to my location to where I can do a little bit more on how to drive this particular vehicle. Mainly, I want to get to a point where I'm able to show you guys how to. I said you can skip gears. I want to show you how I skip gears and how you can do it more fluently or fluid, whatever. Do it better. I also want to downshift for the video, but right now I'm in the middle of a big truck and a car behind me, so downshifting wouldn't be a good idea because I'm doing the speed limit. However, I would like to say this is not pertaining to how to drive a stick shift, but this is just me saying thank you. Last time I checked, I was at 864 subscribers. And as I always say in my shout out videos, I cannot thank everyone enough. I mean, it was just in around March 10th of this year, I think, that I hit 100 subscribers. After having a YouTube channel for over a year, I hit 100 subscribers, triple digits. Now, I'm closing in on quadruple digits, and we're not even a year from, obviously, we're only in November, and it was in March of this year that I hit 100. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone that has subscribed to my channel, watching my content, and sharing my content as well. I get a notification of a weekly recap, and I see that some people are sharing my content with others, and I am I tried to say incredibly and extreme at the same time. I'm incredibly grateful for that. I'm trying to make YouTube a full-time job for myself. I know it's going to take time, if it ever even happens. If it doesn't happen and I never get monetized to the point where I'm able to make YouTube full-time, so be it. I'm having a blast doing this. I'm having a blast with every bit of content I'm uploading and creating. And I made this channel for fun, and I'm having a great time doing all this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now we're a little closer to my destination. So I think we still got maybe a mile or two. I don't know. I know I'm quiet. I'm not talking now. I am now, but there's a destination I'm trying to get to. Unfortunately, it's in the town that I live in. It's just on the outskirts, and it's a not so busy road that I know I can show you how to skip gears and how to downshift. Unfortunately, it's taking me a little bit longer to get there because, again, I'm still behind a big truck and I got a car behind me. Okay, here we go. Right up here is the road I'm looking for. Rounding a turn. This particular vehicle, I'm in second gear when I make a turn, depending on how wide the turn is. That's something I was taught by someone who helped me learn how to drive a stick shift, was that you can take turns in second gear. Fifth. I'm in fifth gear. I was in fifth gear. Now I'm going to downshift into fourth. Doing less than 40 now. Downshift into third. Car slows down by itself. That's another reason why like I said earlier, I love driving these things in the wintertime, because it's so much easier to slow down. Something I don't do, I will do it for the video, but something I don't do when I'm driving just anywhere is downshift into first gear. I don't do that because I don't feel it's necessary. I was going to turn around back there, but decided against it. I'll just turn around at a different location. Right here. Turn around right here. Now I'm going to show you guys how to skip gears. Like I said, I only do this in two ways. First, second, speed up to 30, wheelie into fourth, and then fifth. Or, second way I do it, first, second, third, fifth. Here in a minute, I said that weird. Here in a minute, when I get to the stop sign up here, I'm going to turn, but what I'm going to do is, I am going to take off from second gear, speed up, and get into fourth gear. I'm going to skip first and third gear. And I'm going to show you why I don't do that when I'm just driving out anywhere. Why I've only done it a couple times, once for a video and once to see if I could do it. It's just second gear. Doesn't look like anybody's coming that direction. You can hear how difficult that was. And that's why I don't do that. Except for to show people why I don't do that. You have 5 speeds for a reason. As often as you can, use them. I'm doing 50 mile an hour right now. Something I haven't said yet in this video, but I've said in previous videos on how to drive a stick shift. This particular vehicle, the size of the engine and all the gears and everything, when I downshift, I am not doing, when I go from 5th gear to 4th gear, I don't like to be doing any higher than 55 miles an hour when I downshift. Same thing when, from 4th gear to 3rd gear. I don't like to be doing any higher than about 40 to 45 miles an hour. 2nd gear, the same thing. I don't like to be doing any higher than about 30 to 35. And like I said, I don't downshift into first because, as I showed earlier, it was just not necessary. It's such a low gear. You're the highest that you can probably get to in first gear is maybe 15 miles an hour. It's just not necessary to downshift into first, in my opinion. But when you know how to drive a stick shift, whatever vehicle you have, you can treat it however you want. I just don't. There's certain things I do and certain things I don't do. And when I showed you how to go take off from 2nd gear and go to 4th gear immediately, well, not immediately, but speed up and go to 4th gear, it's the same reason I don't go from 1st to 3rd to 5th. It's just difficult on the car, and you have however many speeds you have for a reason. I don't know how many times I've said, I lost count how many times I've said that in this video. Now I'm going to turn into this little location. It's got a little parking area. Sorry, trying to get. All right. Close to a half hour. Not quite. But, as always, if you watch this far and you're not subscribed, or if you see my channel and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because as I said, I'm trying to get my channel to grow, become a full-time YouTuber. And I just thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you learned something. Stay safe. Have a good weekend, because it is Friday now. I will talk to everyone very soon.